Morning, profitable traders. Welcome to today's market color session, being the 12th of September 2025. So good to have each and every one of you around. I'd like to crave our indulgence. Kindly share the link to this session with everyone on our various social media platforms so that this can get to as many people as possible. For this segment of the market color session, I will be analyzing DXY, GBP USD, and EUR USD. Right after that, Leko will be coming up for his analysis on gold and the yen basket. So without further ado, we'll just head straight to today's business. All right, on the monthly time frame for DXY, I haven't really seen anything changing. We saw a sweep of this liquidity all the way, right, to the downside and coming down to the weekly time frame too. On the weekly time frame for DXY, we've just been seeing it tending to the downside. And of course, I wouldn't really want to sell when price is at a discount level. So I'd like to see price trade all the way into this other block at 102.924 on the daily time frame. Coming down to the 4-hour time frame, let's see what price has for us. 4-hour time frame is a little bit choppy, but coming down here on the 4-hour time frame, there's the classic box pattern right here, and there's a fair value gap here that price may need to tap into before continuing the downward move. So right here, this is what price will probably do. Retrace into the left shoulder, fill up this fair value gap, and sell off that point. So I'm looking out for a buy to sell, a buy into 97.907, and once price gets there, I'm willing to even have further sales on DXY. Coming down to GBP USD, let's see what price has for us. On the monthly time frame for GBP USD, price has been bearish for a period of time, right? And then we saw a clear of this high. Price broke the high at 1.33995, right? Coming down to the weekly time frame also, we're even seeing that price has traded into some premium level. So we're expecting that there should be some sort of reaction and all that. So on the daily time frame, on GBP USD rather, we have seen that there has been a break of structure, change of character, and price has sold off for a while, right? We traced back into this resistance level and we've seen price stalling. Price has been stalling a bit, right? Coming down to this high right here, right? We saw price take out the high, but we haven't seen a retest, right? All we have seen is just price trading above this high. It's not even all that obvious, so to say. Coming down to the 4-hour time frame also, I can actually spot the classic box pattern for a buy. Shoulder at 1.34526. Sweep to the downside, broke to the upside. All we want to see price do is for price to retrace right back into this left shoulder. And once price does that, I will be longing GBP USD. Right, so I'm looking out for a long of GBP USD, right? Pretty much the same thing with the 1-hour time frame. Shoulder at 1.34526, sweep to the downside, broke to the upside. Once price retraces into this left shoulder, I will be longing GBP USD. Let's see what's going on in 15 minutes time frame. On the 15 minutes time frame, right, I can spot one right here. Shoulder at 1.35052, sweep to the downside, break to the upside. Once price retraces into this left shoulder on 15 minutes time frame, I will be longing GBP USD. If you have questions or if nothing is clear from what has been analyzed so far, please feel free to type in the chat box and we will be looking at what you're seeing together. Or if you have a different bias, a different perspective as to what to be done in the market on GBP USD and Euro USD, feel free to type in chat box, and we will be looking at the market from your own perspective. On the monthly time frame for Euro USD, bearish for a period of time, then we saw a sweep of this liquidity. And coming down to the weekly time frame also, we have been seeing moves to the upside, price traded into some premium level, and of course we expecting to see some retracement before continuing the ride to the upside. And down to the weekly time frame, on the weekly time frame also, for Anna Osorenti, which of the currency pairs are you referring to? On the daily time frame, while she's typing, just continue with the analysis. On daily time frame, we have seen quite an anomaly from what we have seen on monthly and daily time frame. We've been seeing that price actually broke structure, seen a change of character. It has been ranging on daily time frame. Euro USD has been ranging on the daily time frame, but let's come to the 4-hour time frame to see what price has done. On 4-hour time frame, we're speculating that price should tap into this left shoulder, I beg your pardon, at 1.16542. And this long week was the tap into this left shoulder, and we're seeing moves to the upside. So where am I looking at for price to, trading to? Price should probably break the high at 1.17745. You should see price take out the high at 1.17745 on the 4-hour time frame. And pretty much the same thing on the 1-hour time frame. Shoulder at 1.16542, sweep to the upside, sweep to the downside, I beg your pardon, sweep to the downside, break to the upside, seeing it tap into the left shoulder, and we're seeing moves to the upside. Price should take out the high right here at 1.17780. That's where my take profit will be. So on the 15 minutes time frame, we want to look out for entries. On the much lower time frames, if we can, see any entry, seeing that price has already tapped into the left shoulder on the much higher time frames. This isn't so clear. I haven't, I can't really spot an entry. This is quite choppy on the 5 minutes time frame. Shoulder, right? 1.16779. We've seen a sweep right here. We've seen a break. All we will be waiting for on the 5 minutes time frame is for price to retrace into 1.16779 on the 5 minutes time frame. So this is what I'm looking out for price to do. Retrace right back here, right? And once price gets there, I will be longing Euro USD. Right, so she said at the sweep of those shoulders, I cannot spot any FVG on GBP USD. Let's see that. So this is the 4-hour time frame. This is the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, right? There's actually no fair value gap, right? But there's the left shoulder, which also holds. So we may see price retracing into this left shoulder at 1.34526, and once price gets there, I will be longing GBP USD, right? If you have more questions, please, you can type in the chat box. And while you're doing that, I'd like to announce the registration for the FX Bootcamp training is currently ongoing. You can chat us up on 081 6099 5030. And also the ATM cash flow training, registration for that is also ongoing. For synthetics market, you can trade 247. There are no restrictions, so to say. And you can start with a little capital. So for when the Forex market is closed and you want to trade, you can actually swap and trade the synthetic markets. So for more inquiries on how to go about the registration for that, you can send us a message on 081 60 99 50 30, and we will be helping you with the registration process. If there are no questions, we'll be going on a very brief break, and Lekon will be coming up for his precise analysis on gold and the end basket. You know how his analysis are. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back very shortly after this brief break for the second segment of the London Market Color session.
Morning, we'll be starting with the precious metal, and from there we're going straight to Japan to see what exactly is going on with the yen basket. And that was an insightful analysis from Cynthia. And this morning again, let's see where we're heading to round up the week on the yen basket and also the precious metal. So let's start. Looking at gold all throughout, we're very much bullish, and remember, we just broke out of this long consolidation on the weekly time frame. That price broke out 2 weeks ago, all the way to the upside. And what exactly are we now looking out for? All we do is we join the trend. Remember, the trend is your friend until it bends, right? So this is it on the weekly time frame. For daily time frame too, see how there has not really been any significant sell. Instead, we are seeing a very strong momentum to buy. However, the last few days since Monday, we've been seeing Tuesday rather, we've been seeing some level of range on lower time frame. We're still going to get there, and that is why you are seeing it on the higher time frame this way, right? So on the daily time frame, we are seeing that the market is kind of maybe resting after this massive push to the upside. Now on the 4-hour time frame, what we have there, it becomes much more obvious because of this, what we call a bullish flag forming here. And you know, at every bullish flag, the next thing is price is going to break out, right? And that is what we should be mindful of. Even though when we are in that range, which looks more like a bullish flag, you want to scalp a little bit down. But remember what we do say when we're in that long weekly consolidation phase, that price may either break out at any point in time, and you don't want to be within that level when price is going to break out, right? So let's now move on to the 1-hour time frame. But before we go to the 1-hour time frame, just let's take note of this, that we have a liquidity being swept here, which is giving us a kind of a pulse pattern, and we have seen how that price pushes all the way up. So just have this mark out on your chart for reference purpose. When price gets to that place, we definitely are going to see some level of reaction to the upside, if not to push more higher, but we are still going to see some reaction to the upside, which is going to give some significant move. Now back to 1-hour time frame. If you look at that level on 1-hour time frame where we just mark on 4 hours, it becomes very much obvious that that's what price is about to do. And that was our speculation on Monday, because we were expecting that price should trade a little bit, pull back after the massive buy that we've seen so far here. The price should pull back a little bit, and we can easily follow through. And as you can see, this is a very clean pulse pattern. You can see this is the sweep of liquidity, and price also creates some reference before breaking out. As you can see, the order block, the liquidity level that was built before now the massive breakout of this particular eye that we have right here, right? So this is it. You can see how that price broke out of that level. So our expectation is when price pull back again into this reference, which is the order block there, that is one of the reasons why we are going to buy. And you can see the shoulder also. If you trace this all the way, this order block is also having a confluence with the shoulder here, which is this the last bearish candle somewhere here, right? So that is another confluence for us if we want to, when price get back to that zone. But right now, since price is still very much at the upside, what exactly should we do on our lower time frame? Now, just yesterday, on Thursday, rather, on Wednesday, to be specific, on Wednesday, we saw that price give a 1 hour kind of entry for itself, but it's a very short sell. And that is why price is still reacting at that level now. Where is it? You can see this is the shoulder here. You can see this particular close. Remember, the chart is telling us a story, what is going on between both buyers and sellers. And you can see what price did somewhere around that level there. So I'm going to extend that to outside here. You can see the total between buyers and seller here. Let me extend it a bit. You see this green candle here is telling us that the buyers are weak and the sellers hopefully take over. However, we see the sweep of everyone at this point and the break the downside. So you can see the both pattern there. So that's the shoulder. And price came after breaking the low somewhere around this level here, after breaking this low. So we consider this as the first low that was taken out first. You can see all the way to the downside. And even we also have another low, which is very, very visible to the blind somewhere here, that price has taken it out too. So we have two lows taken out, which is giving us more confirmation. And we see how price came back to that level again and begin to sell all the way. Now, if you enter your trade here with your stop loss here, this is going to be your target because of the liquidity and the Asian low there. And you see what price did just yesterday. Now, price has come back again this morning to that spot again. And what the next move for that spot is that price is expected to take out the entry of Wednesday, this liquidity point here. So that is another new entry. But right now, this morning, I've not really seen price taking out that level. Until price takes out this level here, this liquidity top here, when price takes it out and it gives an entry signature for itself. Let's go to 15 minutes to check that particular point. Good. Now, this is it on the 15 minutes. Amazing. Great. So this is it on 15 minutes. Price just took out this on 15 minutes, and you are seeing the sell push on that side. But I'm still of the opinion that price is expected to take out all this liquidity together at this point. When price takes it out and give an entry signature, what is our entry signature? Just what we are seeing playing out right now. This, you see this bearish engulfing, or this one, that is an entry signature for you when price takes out that liquidity point, and we can easily begin to follow through to the downside and sell it all the way down. Now, when we begin to short at that particular point, where would our take profit be? I know that is someone's question, that where would our take profit be? If you start shorting somewhere here, then your stop loss is going to be at the top of this level here. And remember, our target has always been 1:2. If you are trading in the opposite direction of the trend, don't go more than that, because price can change at any time. So this is going to be the take profits, this particular level, or you want to wait for price to take out this liquidity. Immediately it takes it off, you get out of the market. So that is our outlook for today on the precious metal for this long-term session. That is the entry we are expecting to see on the precious metal for today. Now let's quickly get to Japan to see what is going on the yen basket, and that gives us a pre-information of what we should expect to see on the yen correlated pair. Remember, for the weekly time frame on the yen basket, we are expecting that price should take out this liquidity and tap into this weekly fair value gap and begin to trade all the way to the upside. However, we saw something on the daily time frame that looks more like a bust pattern. Remember something like this, but we doubted it sometimes 2 weeks ago or so. That because we did not really, yes, this is just a script and it's not really very obvious. It's not really much more significant, right? So we see what price just did here. So this looks more like a double bottom, right? And but on the 4 hour time frame, it looks more of a bust pattern, what we see here, right? And this is it much more clearly somewhere here, right? Okay, on the 4 hour time frame, this is it. But we see how that price traded into this reference point of the shoulder sometimes few weeks ago. And we expect on Monday, our analysis for this week was that price should trade all the way down to this point and we should see buy all the way to the upside again. But yes, it plays out and price traded all the way to this place on Tuesday and we are now seeing price coming back down again. What is really calling price? It is the weekly time frame that is really calling price down because price is expected to come and take out this liquidity point. So we are not moved by that because we know that where price is still heading to. Since we are now looking for more bearish move on the yen basket for price to sell all the way to that weekly liquidity point and the reference level, then that is telling us that the other yen correlated pairs they are expected to buy all the way to their own reference points if they have any. And for GBP, JPY, we've seen the reference point that we've been expecting it to trade into, but it has just been stalling all the way at this level for a long while now. So moving forward, we expect price to still trade to that point. And when price get there, we look for entry and start selling because it's going to be a massive sell when price get to that peak high. All right, so on the 4 hour time frame for GBP, all we are seeing currently now is consolidation, and we know it's a bullish one, not a bearish form of consolidation. So we expect price to still break up to the upside right now. And on the 1 hour time frame, yes, it's looking more of it very much clearly. As we can see, yes, everywhere seems more like the range, but you know the range is still, we know what is really drawing price up to the buyer, to the sell zone at the upside, right? So that is what is going on there. And I know someone would want to short somewhere here. Yes, is looking like it. But remember, our analysis on Monday was that we should expect price to sell all the way into the reference point here because of this jump that we have. And that is exactly what price came to do here and started buying because we still expect much more buy. So since we are expecting much more buy on JPY, let's go to the lower time frame to see if we have any entry signature for a buy. Yes, this looks more like a bust pattern somewhere here, but it's not it because price has not really traded through this particular point here. Until price takes out this high, then that level is not valid. So let's wait for price to take out this high. When price takes out this high, then we can now call this a very clean entry signature for a box. And two things is either price retrace all the way, this is what we should expect when price takes out this high, then price should reverse a little bit back first to this point. Is either I trade into this point and start buying back up one, or we see price do something like this, or we see price come all the way from this point to the downside to this shoulder here. Then when price get there, then you can now begin to see the buy all the way to the reference point on the daily time frame for it, because this is really the entry. This is much more of the entry. So our expectation for today for GBP JPY is that we expect price to trade back into the zone if it clears, if by any means it takes out this high. When price takes out this high, expect to pull back into the zone and follow through or if price takes out this high, two things is either price pull back into this zone here. This is going to be it for me if price is going to come back here, and the whole of this place is going to be a buy zone if price comes back there. So this is going to be the first shot, right? When price enters into this zone, give the first shot with your SL somewhere below here, or if you are benevolent enough, just wait and allow price to trade here. This is going to be a very good trade, a premium trade for a buy of GBP JPY. All right, and lastly for Euro JPY, what do we have playing out on Euro JPY? Now remember, for Euro JPY, since the past few days now, we've been expecting Euro JPY has gotten to its own POI for itself, clean, has gotten there. However, we is really waiting for the other yen correlated pair. If you look at pairs like AUD-JPY, they are still very much bullish, running to the upside because they really are lagging behind a bit. But for Euro-JPY has got into its own daily POI, and this is it here. You can see on the daily time frame, we have the fair value gap, we have more of the shoulder. If you refine it more, we are going to see a shoulder inside of this place. We have more of the shoulder here, a fair value gap, and an order block. So that is why Euro-JPY is trying to sell. But because other yen correlated pair have not got into their OPI, we are going to see more of a range, and that's what we've been seeing for some while now. That Euro-JPY is going to be ranging while others, push to their own POI. Now, since Euro-JPY is in the range, what should we now look out for? Two things. Is either when it has come low, we look for opportunity to long back up, and when it gets to this level, just take a brief shot, right, until other yen correlated pair get to their own POI. Okay, so for Euro-JPY right now on the 4-hour time frame, what do we have? What we are seeing on the 4-hour time frame is looking more like a pulse pattern, because we've seen this is looking as more. This is our shoulder here. As you can see, price has gotten there, and we see that price has really broken structure somewhere around this level here. So this is a clear move to the downside, right? But because of the correlation, that's another thing you need to consider. Correlation playing out is that it's still going to range a bit around this zone before the massive sell to the downside. Now, if you want to just take a very short sell on it, where is the entry signature? This is it here. As you can see, a very clean and clear move that we have right here. So we expect price to come all the way, buy all the way, to take out this liquidity on 1-hour time frame. This liquidity here, when price takes it out, we can now easily start selling. This is just a 30 pips SL, right? And all we want to do is trade from this liquidity point to this level for price to come and take out this liquidity point here too. So this is going to be around 1:4, right? So that is the outlook for Euro-JPY. Let's get to see on 15 minutes if there's any signature to sell, join the buy till you get to that level. There's no anything for the buy zone to get that level. So just allow price does its thing all the way to the upside, right? When price does its thing, then we can easily follow through. Unless if by any means price comes back a little bit into somewhere here, then you may want to consider joining the buy to the upside. But remember, we are still very much in a ranging market for Euro-JPY, and most of the buyers, the highest side of it is that you want to see it sell to the downside. So if price could come here, you see it here, you can easily take your buy to the upside just the way we have it on GBP JPY. Or if price comes here, this is also another split one here, because price already taken out this particular high here on Euro-JPY. Price already taken it out. Assuming we see something like this on GBP-JPY, then we are going to start, buying it. But price has not really taken it out. For Euro-JPY, price has taken out this high, so we can consider this for another entry for a buy if price will come into this zone. All right. So these are the two levels too for Euro-JPY for a buy. All right. This is it, and you can see the reference point within this and I within fair value gap to the buy and the sell side, right? Both side. Then you can easily follow through. If by any means price pull back to this zone, you can follow through to the upside. So those are the two outlook for the Euro-JPY GBP, JPY, and the other yen correlated pair, and also for the precious metal this morning. If there's any question, you can easily type in the chat box. And if there is no question, this is going to be the end of the market color brought to you by the Value Trading team this morning. To meet again by 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Make sure you trade cautiously and use your proper risk management strategy. Once again, I'm Lekon Shemi. Cheers and God bless.